Hey guys, and welcome back to another NBA 2K13 Wizards Association video here on MreGamersSports. My name is Baltimore2131. In the last game, we beat the division rival Hawks 67-59 behind John Wall's 32 points. So really good game for him last time. And so I'm gonna hop into the practices here. I've already got one set for Sunday, but I just want to set some of these up to get the rest of this week going. So I'm not gonna do one Tuesday because it's only like a one day gap in between those. But I'm gonna go have another game here up against the Charlotte Bobcats. They are 8-3, and the Wizards here are 7-3, and we are here at home. And we beat them earlier in the season, I believe. They got Ramon Sessions in there instead of Kemba Walker, who was their starting point guard the last time we played them. So they've made a couple of changes in their lineup. We have not made any changes in our starting lineup. So yeah, that's that. I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm doing right now. We're looking to go 8-3 in this one. So we beat them earlier in the season. That was, I don't remember which video that was, but it was called Division Rivals because that was the first time we played a division team. And Trevor Ariza starts out the game with that nice mid-range jumper that he is so good at. He just hits all those shots. I mean, he's one of these guys that's such a good, consistent shooter. He doesn't have that special three-point rating next to his name. He just makes the shots that he takes, and he's just such a great scorer. And that's the kind of guy that I want in my starting five. I mean, he just shoots the ball really, really well. See, leaving him that open again, I'm just going to hit the jumper with Trevor Ariza. He doesn't make it that time, but it was close, and he usually does make those. I mean, he's just one of these guys that is perfect for any team, really. Whether he comes off the bench, on the Wizards, he's a starter, but, you know, it's a good pickup, especially if you're doing like a my team or something. It's definitely a good option to go to if you're looking for a scorer or something. Trevor Ariza is definitely that guy. So and I just have a lot of fun playing with him too, just because of his ability to make shots and not great defense right there. But anyway, Mega Okafor on the foul. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here as usual. I usually what I always do is I just break up the clips here and there, and I show you parts of the game, and in no particular order. I mean, I might not show the end of every quarter, every half, but I will be just showing the highlights and kind of jumping around so you kind of get a feel for the flow of the game. So you're not gonna miss like a 10-0 run for the Bobcats or something like that just because they're scoring. I try to even it out both teams. I mean, if I'm gonna show highlights, if I'm gonna show more highlights, they're gonna be more on the Wizards side, but I'm still not gonna miss these big runs that a team has or something like that, or big dunks or something like that. I always have to include those in there. So I think I do a pretty decent job of balancing that out a little bit as Martell Webster hits the jumper on the little fast break right there. So the Bobcats have a 1-point lead. The score is 16-15 as we near the end of the first quarter. There's Trevor Ariza in the corner, and he is just so good. I said it before, he's just so good. And we scored those 3 points to end the first quarter. The score is 18-16 at the end of the first quarter. So in real life, the Wizards, I like to do a little Wizards real life update as Mega Okafor gets a nice little save right there. Trevor Ariza on the Euro step goes to the basket, goes right around Ramon Sessions into the basket. He's got 9 points. But in real life, Wizards update, they are on a 3-game winning streak. Today it is, what day is it? It's Wednesday, and they play the Kings tonight in Sacramento. So, I might be able to have time to watch some of that. I don't know. But Martell Webster, he's actually hitting some jumpers in this game. He usually isn't too good of a shooter, even though he has that 3-point next to his name. He really just doesn't really get the job done all the time. That's why he's not really on my favorite player list right now on the Wizards. And they've won 3 straight games since John Wall has returned. Well, they won a game. Then John Wall returned when they played the Hawks, and they beat the Hawks with John Wall on the team. And then the next game they played the Magic and absolutely killed them. So They have a 3-game winning streak, and they plan to play the Kings. So turning it around a little bit, I guess. John Wall really playing pretty well after coming off his injury. So the score is 32-28 at halftime. We have a 4-point lead, and this game was it was okay. My offense was keeping us in there. We kind of consistently had the lead, playing decently. There's Trevor Ariza as the impact player, whatever they want to call it. And there's Martell Webster hitting a deep 3 in the second quarter. So I'm going to skip ahead here to the third quarter. Bobcats have a 1-point lead. So, the game's staying tight. We're both kind of going back and forth. There's Trevor Ariza. He doesn't quite hit that 3-pointer. And he leaves Ben Gordon wide open. He's going to make that layup every time. Pretty much everyone would. Maybe not JaVale McGee. He'd probably find a way to mess it up. But most players, I can safely say, would have no problem hitting that shot. And that's the kind of passes that I get scared of, because I'm afraid they always get intercepted, and that probably wasn't the best decision. But I find Bradley Beal here again under the basket to tie the game at 41 points. So, in Wizards in real life, I'm feeling pretty good. They're not having a great season, but you can't help but feel good when their star player returns after his injury and they win 2 straight games. Well, 3. Though 2 were only with him. But you can't help but kind of feel good, and you kind of have a little bit more hope. They haven't played outstanding teams. They killed the Magic, and the Magic aren't a good team. And tonight they play the Kings, and the Kings aren't a good team. But it doesn't matter who you're playing as long as you hit the win. That's all that really matters. There's one of my favorite players, Kevin Seraphin, as John Wall gets a rebound and is fouled on the play. And as usual, we're kind of going back and forth, staying pretty even as I have a 1-point lead, 45-48. And at the end of the third quarter, it is 48-48. So, should be a pretty good finish here. I'm skipping ahead here as usual to about 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, as Jordan Crawford hits a nice 3-pointer. He's not really a huge scorer on my team. He kind of is for the Wizards in real life, just because they didn't have John Wall for a while. But he's going to move into that kind of the same role that he kind of has on my team. Come off the bench, play a good shooting guard, make some tough shots. And, he's not a bad guy to have on your bench. He's not great, but, he can hit a shot. He can hit a shot once in a while. Not the best 3-point shooter at all. But, he can hit a mid-range jumper, and he kind of got on fire right there. So I usually don't use him as the big scorer. But, he can be that kind of guy. And my controller glitches out there, and luckily Nene hits that jumper. I was going to be kind of frustrated if he didn't do that in this close game. But I do kind of I kind of ran away with a little bit there in the just about like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So I have a 9-point lead now. And my offense is just moving good, and that's mainly because of Jordan Crawford. He really gave us the lead in this game, and has made it a good lead too. We're up by 9 points right now, and he's kind of the reason why we're at this point in this game. As Brennan Haywood with a nice move, the former Washington Wizards, that was an awesome move. And so now we're only up by 3 points with 16.5 seconds left to go, and they're forced to foul John Wall, so he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and looking to make this game out of reach. John Wall has been very, very good at the free throw line so far this season, and with this one, this should pretty much seal the deal, and it does, as he gets the second free throw. So that's going to conclude the game here. I'll show one last play here. There's John Wall getting the rebound. I thought I solved that after this. Anyway, they foul him again. He makes more free throws, and so that pretty much wraps up the video, guys. We win the game. We go to 8-3, and the Charlotte Bobcats fall to 8-4. John Wall is the player of the game. He is no stranger to the player of the game. He had quite a good game here. We'll see his stats in a second when we go back to the menu screen, and we can see it in a second after my profile is saved. And John Wall with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's good to see him getting those assists up as we win the game 68-62. That wraps up the video, guys. Thank you all for watching.